First, a few words about the poem I will read, which is called From Old Heads to Young Bloods, Advice from Black Men to Those Who Will Be. You should know that in African American culture, fathers and father figures usually sit down with their young men to have something known as the talk. The talk is advice that is given from one generation of black men to a younger generation of black men, and is meant to teach them the rules of how to navigate and survive in white society, which all too often will see them as enemy. My grandfather had the talk with my father. My father had the talk with me and my brother. My brother and I, we both had the talk with our sons. I began placing this advice in literary form and reading it at performances, and immediately black men responded. So I reached out to other black men and asked about the advice they've gotten and given. From Old Heads to Young Bloods is a performance version of the various responses that I received. And all I ask is that you listen and think about whether you have ever been told this or ever had to tell this. And if not, be human enough to consider why that might be. Hey there, black boy. I just want to talk to you. Let you know that I understand the things that you're going through. See, I was a black boy. I grew up in this country too. Now I got gray hair. Yeah, I learned a thing or two. Like how to not get eaten even though you're in the lion's mouth. Like how to not get taken even though they try and take you out. Like how to beat a system that is bent on beating up your life. Like how to not get sniped and how to dance in the rifle sights. You see them red dots all around you? They're searching for your head, kid. See, when you was born, that's the first thing they messed with. And they're gonna keep on coming at you to attack and hack into your mental till it's lentil-sized, brutalized by lies of your potential. I know you can hear it. Those messages, vague and atmospherically telling you that you won't be nothing but some kind of thug, son. That poverty and prison is gonna be your only option. See how hard they make it for you to get educated, so you stay underfed and underrated till you become a fist that's slated to end up incarcerated. See, that's the game. And there ain't enough of us around giving you the skinny on how this business is going down. Admittedly, too many old heads like me have stepped to you as if you're our rivals. But lately, I'm deathly concerned with your survival, because I know that for the grace of older heads looking out for me, I wouldn't be here to tell you young bloods anything. So I just ask you, listen to what I've come to say. Take the best of what makes sense to you and throw the rest away. First, get the dictionary. Wrestle with those words and learn to use your oppressor's language even better than they can. Why? Because in the oppressor's language lies all their truths and lies, and knowing how they twist them together will better help you to survive. Then go and learn 4 distinct categories of speech. 1 for the classroom, 1 for the streets, 1 for the courthouse, 1 for your peeps. And know that folks in authority will judge you by how well you speak. They'll judge how often you swear. They'll judge the cut of your hair. They'll judge how often they scare from the color we share. They'll judge how you slouch in your chair, that swagger you dare. They'll judge you also by the clothes that you wear. So refuse to wear anybody's brand name across your chest. unless that brand name has done something for this world you can respect. Because to present your body branded with somebody else's name is the very essence of what it would have been for your ancestors to have been enslaved. Go get a hand drum and get to drumming, son. Why? Well, see, that's because the drum is what the oppressors took away from your ancestors to try to get them to act more Western, keep them from communicating messages about freedom and escaping. And if you're like me, you'll see that once your hand strikes skin and you hear and you feel that boom bap, boom bap, boom bap, you'll see with each hit your soul will get just a little bit of Africa back. But never forget that you are in America. And there's a reality to being a man who's black. And what that means is that 4 heads like yours inside of one car will eventually equal multiple pullovers from multiple racist cops. Especially if you've got one hip-hop album on blast. Yes, this is racist arithmetic, but you need to learn this math. And when you do get pulled over, and you will, remain still and keep both your hands visible. And when they try to enrage you, threaten to encage you, remain chill, cool, calm, and sensible. And do know that some of your friends who are not black like you will never understand what it is you're going through. And there are others out there who won't ever give a damn about what it is you're going through. So you must be careful which white folks you let know what's killing you. See, too many have grown to see, this kind of thing as a zero-sum game. Get a sick sense of racial superiority from their profit and your loss, and would rather see you grope without hope, unable to cope, than pay the true price of what true equality of opportunity costs. Yes, it's certain some would rather see you hurting than as a full person. And if you die in the streets or of destitution or clop, 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 getting shot by a cop, some will just justify it, rationalize it, so they can say you deserved it. And not just some white folks, but some who are white adjacent. Some immigrants, some Latinx, some Indian, some Asian have learned that trying to attain their American dream means that sometimes they must ignore or snore through your American screams. Because to acknowledge it might keep them from achieving things, like things they've been told are worth having, like a chance at grabbing that American brass ring. So to prove who they're loyal to, many will do almost anything, including lend their voices to the racist anti-black chorus and sing. Like, look at your head, pick up a stone, weigh its weight in their hand, and then fling, increasing your historic pain and unearned suffering, regardless of how much of your physical and mental maiming and murder it brings. This is the truth, kid. Yet, in spite of it, when you move through this world, you absolutely must give everyone you first meet complete respect, but no trust. See, respect is something you give any human just for being. But trust, you reserve until there is a good reason. And if you find there isn't one, leave them alone, son. Be a man of community, but never be afraid to remain on your own, son. And know that no matter how much pressure this world puts on, son, there is truth to that cliche about pressure creating diamonds. And though you got your flaws, keep shining. Dig deep for your gifts. Challenge yourself and others, and you'll find them. And in whatever you do, choose to pursue excellence. For while this world plows a path that allows for the worst of white males to become president, it has absolutely no place for mediocre black men. And sometimes you're gonna flail and you're gonna feel like crying. Sometimes you're gonna fail and wanna lay down and start dying. And when that happens, and it will, Remember that Langston Hughes poem, From Mother to Son, where she says life ain't been no crystal stair, but you gotta keep on climbing, keep on climbing. Black boy, rise, rise and sing in the dead of night. Take those broken wings you've got and learn to take flight. Take those tear-sunken eyes and learn to see. Know how much was given for you to be free. Know that you are the end result of your ancestors sacrificing and bleeding. That though you will never ever see their faces, you are the result of their prayer and their pleading. Black boy, keep growing, keep going, keep your mind turning, keep your fire burning, keep believing. You want to beat the game, black boy? Black boy, keep breathing.